Hello and Merry Christmas. Now, we have to talk about something, and that something is Solana because it's continuing to climb up at $123. Now, some people are saying, oh, it's great, it's the true Ethereum killer, and that might be true, and other people are saying it's a slow rug pull in motion. Not really sure about that one, but we got to look at the facts of the matter. So, SOL, obviously, one of the best performing coins recently, but there are accusations of severe centralization. And it is true that Alameda Research and also the Solana Foundation subsidize heavily 90% of all nodes. Now, that might seem kind of centralized, but remember, subsidize and financially support does not mean own. And Solana has a lot of good metrics coming in. Basically, during this run, I think its addresses and active addresses have hit all-time highs. And, that just means more people are using the network. Now, some people are saying, well, it's just the duplicates of same people using the network. But I don't know if that's true, because when a coin is actually going up, a lot of people tend to buy in. And if you look at DeFi Llama, you can see that the amount of USD is steadily increasing. Up to right now, you basically have 1.548 billion TVL on Solana, which is very, very much higher than what it was in October of 378 million TVL. So it's increased like 4x the TVL, and that's good. If you look at the amount of Solana staked, however, you can see it's all price increases, and the amount of Solana stake has not increased. However, this could be misleading because you can just check liquid staking. You can see that it has gone up from about 24 million to about 32 million. And liquid staking is getting more popular, so more people might be doing liquid staking while they're actually yield farming, as has actually been the case at this point. So you could say it hasn't gone up, but you could also say it has gone up depending on which options you select. So yes, Solana is actually doing decently well, and you can't really have, because of the liquid staking stuff, you can't really say like DeFi Llama says Solana is not doing well, because it is indeed doing fairly well in terms of like TVL and even the amount of Solana locked. So I'm not really too concerned about that. So it sets records for monthly new and active addresses amid price rally. Following its token's 100% gain from last month's price, the Solana network has also set records for new and active addresses on the network. And of course, today it's only gained 5, but it's also Christmas, so no one's basically trading today. It's pretty impressive that it's actually notched gains, while Bitcoin has basically been trading sideways for the last 2 weeks or so. 2 weeks ago, Solana might have been only at $70, and now it's rising way, way higher. So the thing is, there's obviously going to be a lot of hype and a lot of FUD. So they've already set records for monthly new and active addresses, despite the week still remaining in the month. So obviously, if you look at the graph, it's been a lot higher. January 2023 was the last high. This time it's much higher. So the thing is, it seems like Solana does come alive at the end or beginning of each year. So we'll see if there's a retrace in February or not. If you look at this graph, you will actually want to sell towards the end of January when it seems like the activity crashes. But however, there's only data from 1 year, so we cannot be sure of that. So essentially, the number of active Solana network addresses has increased about 50% over its November numbers to hit over 15.6 million, an increase over its former record of 15.2 million in January of this year. So if you look at the new addresses on Solana, obviously it's done pretty well. One metric that hasn't set a record, non-voting transactions. So a lot of it is consensus and votes. So essentially, for people that are actually using the network, it may actually have not increased that much. And that could be a worry for some people. But, to me, there are people using Solana. The TVL is actually going up. So I tend to trust it a little bit more. It has gone down. Some people will bring up the fact that it's gone down 8 or 9 times. That is true, but they haven't really gone down since I think February or March. So they are improving on that. We'll see if they can survive the bull run without going down again. If they can, that will gain a lot of trust. Obviously, there's a lot of speculation around Solana, and they've been surging since the fourth quarter of 2023, and everything is very bullish. Some pundits are calling them the next Ethereum or the true Ethereum killer. I would hold back on that at this point because it's kind of like it's something that's only happened in the last couple of months. And of course, we know that Solana is very much VC controlled, and it could be centralized, but even if it is centralized, it is fast and it is cheap. And barring the fact that it goes down every once in a while, and even if it doesn't go down this bull run, I think it'll gain a lot of trust. You know, it could actually be the new thing because people are going to be looking for ways out of Ethereum. The fees are getting ridiculous and they're going to get way, way worse. Some people are going to go to L2s, but some people are going to go look for an off-ramp altogether because in the end, you have to have Ethereum block space. So, I think Solana can target like $300-$400 or even higher at this point. So obviously, the all-time high is around like $259. I do believe it can pass that. We are already about halfway there. And it looks like if the VCs are pumping, they're going to continue pumping, and they're not really going to let up on the pumping anytime soon. So if the VCs are pumping, that's one benefit for Solana. Now, there's obviously a detriment to that is when they decide to dump, it could dump a long ways. But the growth in the ecosystem is there. The usage stats are there. The TVL is going up. People are locking more money into Solana. And if you take a look at the liquid staking, the amount of SOL being locked is increasing as well. However, this is cause concern. 90% of Solana validators are subsidized by Alameda Research and the Solana Foundation. This is from October 2023. The majority are Solana Foundation because Alameda is slowly dying because it has obviously ties with FTX, and anything with FTX kind of dies, so Alameda is going to die. So the co-founder has actually responded to this, and he's emphasizing the importance of validators' votes and not stake in network security. Because they subsidize them, some people are saying they control them, and that might be true to a certain extent, but they might just be paying them to actually stay online. Solana has over 3,400 validators. I'm not really sure how many the foundation directly owns, but maybe about 3,000 of them are actually getting payments from the Solana Foundation. I do not think the co-founder has actually refuted this, and it has brought up concerns about long-term stability and decentralization of Solana's blockchain network. But in this bull run, that might not actually matter. Because in a specific bull run, people only look at how much it pumps, how fast it can be, and if you can actually get low-cost transactions to a lot of people, I think a lot of people are going to start switching to Solana. Now, that might end up in disaster if it is very centralized in the end. So the primary issue at the heart of the matter revolves around financial subsidization by Solana, received by Solana validators. They claim by Arixian.eth that over 90% of validators are heavily subsidized and has attracted widespread attention and scrutiny within the cryptocurrency community. Obviously, people that are just piling right now are just looking at gains. But unfortunately, this is still an issue in the long-term future. The concerns is that such substantial financial support may jeopardize the network's decentralization and self-governance. But, the thing is, but in this particular bull run, it might not matter. We might be talking about something about 2 years down the line or during the bear market, which could be devastating for investors. So investors should actually watch out for this. But right now, I don't think it'll affect Solana too much as more people are actually piling in. So Axion.eth concluded that these revelations artificially inflated the Solana network's node count and validator numbers due to generous incentivization those two centralized entities provided. In essence, validators could participate in the Solana network primarily because they received financial support from the Solana Foundation Alameda Research. But remember, the people that are actually buying Solana right now are not subsidized. So this is actually real money coming into Solana on the FOMO. And of course, this is something to worry about, like I said. And despite how much the CEO says it's about behavior, not stakes, the fact is you are financially supporting a lot of the validators. So if you stop supporting them, many of them would probably go down. Remember, Solana has no fees, so there's really no way to actually pay these validators unless you inflate the supply. And one of the worries about Solana is that there is no max supply. So they could actually inflate it indefinitely. However, the inflation rate is fairly low each year, so I'm not too worried about that unless they decide to hyperinflate it, which I doubt they would actually do at this point. Solana, like I said, does have a lot of protocols, but I do want some kind of like industrial adoption on Solana just to kind of like provide a bottom for it. And I don't think it quite has that yet, but neither does any other blockchain at this point. So there's still things to worry about and things to actually look at and things to improve for Solana. I hope that the subsidization of validators does stop soon. But overall, I don't think Solana for the next month or two is such a bad coin. Not sure if I would purchase it because it has actually gone up so much already, but I do believe it can actually break its all-time high, which is only a 2x right now from its current price. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.